be the sky?
Yes, yeah, to be the presence.
To be the presence.
To be the
Yeah. And it seems like, well, what the fuck? I don't know how to be it. It's frustrating. And then it's like some seeking of being the sky. Okay, I understand. So yeah, the question is like, well, I heard about this. I mean, the sages, Ramana Maharishi, other people, great teachers, they use this allegory that there's the sky and the clouds, or the screen and the movie.
Yeah. Or
and
the ocean.
The ocean and the waves. Yeah, all of these are a metaphor that the traditions use to help us understand somehow this dynamic between objects and the subject. Objects is like things that come and go, that appear, like thoughts, feelings, sounds. And the subject is that which is aware of them, the subject or the presence. So this I will get to you, but this metaphor, it's important, this thing, because it explains the dynamic, the dynamic between content and that actually the content appear in the thoughts, the clouds and the birds, they appear in the sky. So they appear in the sky and they move through, and the sky is always there, even if it seems like it's covered by clouds, or the movie is there, and the screen is like in this metaphor what they use. Also the sky, imagine that this is imagine it's an aware sky, or the TV, the screen, it's an aware screen. It's a magical aware screen that is aware of everything that arises in it, and it's aware of itself. So all these metaphors, they try to help us some kind of hone into the sense of a true identity, like that which doesn't come and go, and the relationship between the presence and the thoughts and feelings. And the teachings, they say, hey, you are the sky. You are the sky. You are not the clouds. Why? Because the clouds come and go, but the sky, that which is aware of them, remains. So you are trying to do it, or be it, or apply it, and it's frustrating. Yeah. Okay, yeah, this is going now. This is important discussion, but it goes again. But it's important. Can I ask you, do you know who is trying to become the sky? Who in you? Awareness.
So yeah.
Awareness is trying to become awareness. It doesn't make sense. So it's not awareness that is trying to become awareness. Awareness is already, presence is there, even if it's not aware of itself.
Yeah, so there is an intention there, thought probably starts with the thought, they need to check it.
Right. It's due to our interest in this kind of teachings, we form a, let's call it like a work mind, like in a work mind, or a part of us that starts as seeking knowledge, and then becomes as a practitioner of esoteric knowledge. So we develop this like it's almost like a part of ourselves that is interested in awakening and healing. And And from one angle, this is an aspect of it's an aspect of the mind. It's an aspect of the mind that is interested in awakening. And this is necessary somehow. And it's necessary so it's a cloud that heard about the sky and is interested to become the sky. And that is natural. And this cloud who is interested in the sky, it's an important cloud. The part of us, the sense of me, Mihai, me, trying to be this presence knowingly, it's still a part of it's an imaginary part from one angle. It's not a true something. However, it is very helpful because it is interested somehow. It is interested in. Some sages say that the very seeking of presence and the very interest and love of presence comes from presence somehow. I guess to troubleshoot that is that like the cloud is never going to become the sky, or the sense of separate me is not going to become universal consciousness. So then what to do?
You're helping me.
Yeah.
By observing this leaning towards becoming this just observing that intention.
Yeah.
Is
that which is observes that sense of striving. The sense of striving, actually, if you notice, you will notice that actually some energy in the body too. There is like a sense of wanting that we always have. Wanting a woman, wanting chocolate, wanting comfort, wanting. Then it gets into wanting enlightenment. And there is a little like a striving. One of these teachers would say there's like a dynamism of a becoming, which from one angle, this dynamism of becoming is a very noble part of us. And it is important to make that grow, to feed it with our practices and readings and intentions, so that part of us becomes the strongest part in us. They say that for us to, let's say, awaken or become free, we need to want this more than anything else. So, but if I want this a little bit, but then also I want a BMW, and then I want also like happiness for a woman, and then I want to, or this, then my, the laser is scattered. And so on different spiritual teachings, different of them, they describe this path of, from when we find some teaching, then we study and we apply, and then this interest grows. It's like army of good grows, and then, but there are still disarray and all of that. So the idea is that through our interest and love of truth, of love of the teaching, this part of us grows and grows and grows, and gets more and more shares of in a company, and at some point becomes 51%. Like, hey, this is the most important in my life, because I don't know why, either because it's a mysterious pull, or because we have verified that all that I've chased before for happiness didn't work. My recipe for happiness that I inherited from society didn't work. Like the recipe, like, oh, get a good job, get a bachelor. For me, it was like, get a bachelor. I had to get a bachelor. And then I think that was it, man, for my family. There was a family of intellectuals in Romania. So they wanted me to get a bachelor. And they didn't say, hey, you need to get married and all that, but there was already strong. I need to find a woman and get a bachelor. And So I guess my default was seeking happiness and fulfillment through relationship, through love, or through objects. I wanted to buy stuff, buy clothes, because when we were kids, we didn't have clothes in communism. So I felt bad. So I buy clothes and jeans and watches and shit. But other people, they want companies or properties or anyway, so that part grows by interest in the teaching and by this disillusionment with the other avenues of happiness. And apparently that's important. So that's why apparently it's good. I mean, it's hard to have this when you are young, to be disillusioned by by this seeming avenues of happiness. But as we get older and honest and we do some inner work, we are disillusioned by it. So then we realize, hey, it's just this, that's the path. What I'm seeking, okayness, inner peace, harmony, contentment, is within. Okay, but coming back to you, okay, so what helps? Because this is a classic question, what you're asking me, and there's like standard answers for this from the teachers, and one of them is that to understand with your higher intelligence, with your intelligence, after having observed, or you keep need to observe this in yourself, that presence is already here all the time. Presence as that which is aware. And when we dream in the night and you tell me, oh, I had this dream, presence was aware of the dreams. So understanding that it's already here, no matter what. Another understanding is that the presence, or that which is aware, is the only thing here that is not a thing. So that which is aware now is not an object, meaning it can't be. It doesn't have a taste. It doesn't have a color. It doesn't have a beginning and an end. It doesn't have a location. Everything that we are aware of are like a color, or oh yeah, this is an object, like the body, or I see my grandma, it's an image, or I have a sensation or an emotion of sadness or fear. It's there, it's a sensation, comes and goes, it changes. A sound, it's distinct, has a beginning and an end. You see, all of these are something that we can put a finger on it somehow. Or we can even see a thought, even if it's just a little bit, but it's like, oh yeah, I had this thought that said bullshit. There was this, okay? So these are objects, these are phenomena, and that which is aware of them, like for everybody, even for the president, or the former president, or the future president of United States, even there is awareness there, and that which is aware is invisible. So this understanding will help you stop, because what's happening is that mind is trying to catch presence. So there's a seeking, trying to catch presence as an object. So we are making presence as an object. I used to do this. Some people who are strong in meditation or meditating a lot, they inadvertently develop this thing. Like, let's say I meditate, and at some point I experience a state of like, it's like no thoughts, and it's good, and it's like something, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's it, and maybe that was it, but that's it. But now it's like a something, it has a certain flavor and a certain thing. So I'm trying to recreate it, to catch it, or even I used to do this. I was so touched and convinced of these teachings with the sky and the clouds and the screen. And in other teachings, there's this like the fish and the water. Yeah, in the Zen, is like, these are describing about the inner world, yeah? That they are fish, thoughts, feelings, and all of that. And there's the ocean. The ocean is that which is aware, the presence. And they say about this stage on the path where it's called spiritual materialism, where I'm meditating to attain something. Yeah. And to attain something subtle. So even these teachings like, oh, they say, oh, notice the aware open space, notice the background. The teachers, they will try to point to the presence. They will say, notice the sky, notice the aware openness, notice this sense of aware silence. All these pointers are trying to point to something which cannot be. It's invisible man, basically. Look at the invisible man. Where? So it is like the misunderstanding is that we think that awakening or presence is like a special fish. So this fish come and go. Yeah, that's now this fish says, I'm not good enough. This fish says, I'm better than you. This fish is judging. This fish is anger, sadness, grief. And we are meditating there. And we have this misunderstanding that if I meditate here long enough, this special fish is going to come. It's going to be nice. But the purpose of meditating is to realize that there is water. Water is already there. To realize that water is there. And water was always there. And the fishes were swimming in the water. And to realize, it's a realization, not a becoming. You're like, oh, shit. Huh. It's not like, oh, working hard and I become it. It's when I realize that water is already here and I am water. So from one angle, when you catch yourself with that dynamism, see if you can notice it. See that dynamism as an object. That's not you. Notice some sense of agitation in the body and just drop it. Just observe what is here. It's almost like do less, do less.